By Hurricane Laura just 1 year ago. Still, though, to this day, buildings are left decimated, in need of roofing and windows before they're livable. The people of Louisiana are really no stranger to hurricanes, but Keenum says that doesn't make the process of rebuilding any easier.
And how eerie is it that here we are 16 years later, 16 years to the day that Hurricane Katrina struck New Orleans. We all know what happened down there. But it's going to be a long haul. It may take months. It may take years. Lake Charles is going to take years to rebuild after the terrible storms from last year. So I can't even begin to imagine the devastation in the coastal communities. It's going to be just catastrophic.
And Austin is here now joining us. He's been following this latest hurricane, and I know that it's gone from a category 4 to 1, but it's still devastating.
It really is. You know, every storm is different, but actually Hurricane Laura and this one, Hurricane Ida, went through a similar process to get to where they're at right now, and that's rapid intensification. So I want to kind of show you how we got to where we're at right now. Let's go back to Thursday afternoon. This was last week when Tropical Storm, what would become Ida, was a tropical depression rather, down there south of Cuba. Notice the conditions for intensification weren't super favorable at that time. You see these arrows are wind shear. The water's warm, but not super warm. So we had this gradual intensification. Now the storm gets past its next obstacle, Cuba. Of course, land interaction's not good for hurricanes. But then when we get into the Gulf of Mexico, notice how there's no arrows over the storm. So there's no wind shear to tear the storm apart. There's also very warm water right in the path of what would be major Hurricane Ida. And then watch this. It goes from a Category 1 hurricane, then to a Category 2 hurricane as it gets into this warmer water. And then right before landfall, it gets to water that's nearly 89 degrees. Very, very warm ocean water, which helps this storm explode into a catastrophic Category 4 hurricane that makes landfall there in Louisiana. You see, there's just no wind shear or anything else to slow it down. Then for the next 16 hours, the storm maintained hurricane status as it tore through Louisiana. And just a couple minutes ago was the storm finally downgraded to a tropical storm. So here we have Ida this morning now crossing the border there between Louisiana and Mississippi. 60-mile-an-hour sustained winds. It still continues to dump incredible amounts of rainfall down there. And we'll watch the storm gradually weaken over the next few days. Likely it's not going to bring us any major weather, but it could at least enhance our rain chances over the coming days. And I'll have more on that coming up later in the show. Now, Kirstie is going to show you a little bit how those rain chances will be going up.
That's right. So we've already had our own showers and thunderstorms this morning. We have a cold front that's going to be moving into Ohio, and that boundary actually stalls over us. So as we do have some of that moisture to our south from Ida, the boundary will kind of help to keep it around and give us some enhanced shower and thunderstorm activity for tomorrow. But as Austin just showed you, we kind of missed the bulk of the remnants that will stay off to our south and east. Early this morning, you may have heard those rumbles of thunder for our thunderstorm chances that are with us not only this morning, but we will likely get some redevelopment this afternoon and evening as well. It's 68 right now in Springfield as well as Troy, 70 degrees in Dayton. So as you're getting the little ones ready today, they do need their rain gear, especially if they're going to be standing at the bus stop early. But I will show you our next chance for showers and storms redevelops after school as well. We'll hit 83 today in Brookville, 85 in Miamisburg, 82 in Greenville. So it is nice to kind of drop out of the 90s. We've hit the 90s 7 days in a row. So it has been quite a hot stretch for us. So we're going to see a little bit of a change. Now, because our dew points are still really high today, it's going to be very muggy, even though it's technically not going to be as hot as it was yesterday. Live Doppler 7 radar showing some isolated thunderstorm activity just south of Dayton there. We've got a thunderstorm that has developed. You can see off across the Preble County, we are dealing with some more thunderstorm activity. That is going to continue to shift east here, so you're probably hearing the thunder and seeing the lightning if you're in Preble County this morning, and then another storm that developed just off to the south and east of New Lebanon. If we look a little bit further out, these storms will start to kind of drop off in coverage as we head closer to sunrise, but off and on through the day, we are going to get more storms to redevelop. So here's late morning, a couple more downpours. As we head into late afternoon, here's 3, 4 o'clock, storms start to redevelop and kind of push south and east as we head into the evening. And then even overnight, I'm not going to rule out we don't have a couple more rain showers. Now tomorrow, with that boundary nearby and some of that moisture getting pushed up from Ida, you can see our showers and storms will continue to redevelop. develop, especially some of our cities along and south of I-70. That's where we'll really get a bullseye of heavy rain Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Our 5-day forecast does show after Wednesday morning, though, the rain will push out of the area. We get back to dry time for the rest of your week, and temperatures will stay cooler as we head into the end of the week as well. Let's get a check on what you could expect as you're heading out the door, though, this morning. Still tracking some active thunderstorms, Sarge. Are you hearing of any issues?
Fortunately, we managed to dodge any major issues so far, Kirstie. It's been a wet start to the morning drive in some areas. I've been watching freeway traffic, though, as far as actual travel times, and everything I've checked so far is in pretty good shape. We are looking right now at this drive on Route 35 westbound between Beaver Creek and I-675 into downtown Dayton. That's a 6-mile drive, and according to what I'm seeing on the road sensors, it should take 6 minutes. I'm Sergeant Mark Bowen, WHIO Team Traffic.
Sergeant, thank you. 522, 70 degrees. A new survey finds Americans waste more than $1,000 on uneaten food. The trick to keep in mind next time you're at the grocery store. A majority of Americans think they're underpaid at work. We'll explain the 3 reasons workers say they'll accept less money.